stream. I was gonna say screen, live stream. Let me see here. I think there's a way for me to... I just gotta figure out, I'm still new. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna put up a poll. Let's do this. Favorite arcade decade. Okay, and then we're gonna start with the 70s, 80s. I'm gonna add an option, 90s, add an option, 2000s, that's as far as it will let me go. So let's do that. I'll make that, let's go with the green theme, and I'm going to select done. Let's move this right down here, something like that. Did I end the poll? I don't know. What in the world? Hold on. Okay, let's try that again. Let's go. I might have ended that poll. Favorite arcade decade. So let's try that again. Let's go 70s, 80s, 90s, or 2000s. Oops. 2000s. And I'll make that green again. And then done. Okay, I can't move it down I wanted to kind of move it out of the screen, but as soon as I move it down too far, it wants to disappear. So I'm just gonna leave it up. And here we go. Playing Donkey Kong on, I'm gonna go start a poll. And here we go. Okay, playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. And let's rock and roll here. Let's see what happens. Happy Thursday. Oh, man, what a day already. The day is flying by. All is well, though. All is well. Go up here, get this hammer. We're going to try to get some type of high score here. I don't know. I'll have to see if I can set up that poll before the live stream. That way I don't have to mess with it once the live stream starts. Just kind of getting familiar with everything. But I think it's kind of a fun poll. I wish I could move it around the screen to like a different... Oh, I can make it smaller. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but I can make it smaller here. So let me know. I'm curious if you guys see that poll. I just kind of made it a little smaller. That way it's not so like oversized. But yeah, here we go. Level 1-2 Donkey Kong. I'm rocking and rolling here, going after the fireballs, little wall bounce action. And just go over here. There's one. Oh, geez, the hammer ran out at a very inconvenient time. Okay, let's go up here. I'm kind of in a trapped situation here. Uh-oh. I kind of got trapped there. And this is a warm-up game, so goofy things are going to happen. Let me see if I can move this. Can I move it up there? No, whenever I try to move it, it just kind of always goes back to the center. So I'm curious when you guys load into the live, what you see. You know, if I kind of have it like crooked in the middle. I don't know. Hopefully you guys see it. Hopefully, and I think too, I'm curious to know if you do select something, if the poll just disappears. I'm kind of curious to see. So, all right, here we go. Trying not to get myself trapped again. And jump over here, go up this way. Trying to get to that hammer. Oh! Ah! Definitely struggling today so far. I like moved my hand off the joystick and right into the tripod. So, goodness. Okay, let's try this again. And some wall bounce there. Just waiting for the hammer to run out, then I'll go down here, get this. We'll climb back up here. Try to avoid these fireballs. Okay, so now I'll wait for one of these fireballs to make their move on me. And that's when I pick up the hammer and get as many as I can. If I'm lucky, I'll get this guy down here. I don't know if he'll come up or not. Nah, doesn't look like it. At least not right now. Climb up here, and this is called point pressing. When I do this, I can get more points off doing this than I can off the bonus clock. Oh man, on TikTok I've been seeing some of these like AI videos, I think is what they are. But anyways, they're kind of like show like various things from the 80s or 90s, etc. And it's super fun to watch because it really reminds me of all this stuff that like I just totally forgot about. Like Orbit. I don't know if you guys remember, there was like a drink called, I think it was called Orbitz. I completely forgot about that. Anyways, I saw it in one of those videos and it was fun because it like really gave me a flashback to that time. All right, there we go. Got the hammer, moving to the right. And just hanging out over here. Waiting for the hammer to run out. And then up we go. I'm already down 2 guys just from being goofy, but this is a warm-up game, so we'll see where it takes us. If I get over 100,000 on a warm-up game, I'm happy with that. So thanks for joining the live stream. Happy Thursday. Playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. And we're at the springs here, and I'm just going to try to cruise through this one. Just wait for the spring, and then up the ladder we go. Everybody having a good Thursday, I hope. Hope all is well. I'm curious to know if you guys see the poll I put on the screen, like if that shows up for you guys or not. I have no idea. I'm kind of new to doing that on YouTube, so I don't know like if you guys see it or not. All right, wall bounce, get the hammer, start coming this way. Try to get some of these fireballs if we're lucky. Not looking good though. Yeah, that was not a good hammer. Try to go down here, get this rivet. So when I got all 5 of them, like on the side where I don't want them, I just come over to the left side that I've already isolated, and I'll try to like get an opportunity to go get that hammer. A lot depends. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Ah, he's gonna get me. It's okay. It's a warm-up game, you know, so can only expect so much, I guess, out of a warm-up game. But here we go. This game is a little rough so far. And work over this way. Try to get See if I can get one more fireball here. Ah, it ran out. So I'm just going to wait for an opportunity here. Well, for a warm-up game, that was actually pretty horrible. That was a pretty rough one. But that's okay. Going to get a fresh game going here. I at least kind of worked out the bugs, I think, and should be able to cruise through here. So hopefully we can put up a decent game here. Happy Thursday. Thanks for joining level 1-1 on Donkey Kong. And here we go. All right. Oh, some of the other things, like I actually have seen these recently, but what's the gun? Man, the wild barrels are like really on point today with like, it's on level 1. Well, let's do this. Let's get a fresh start. This Donkey Kong session is turning into a little bit of a tragedy. So let's try to get a fresh start and see what we can do. Let me do this. I'm going to see if I can end the poll. I don't really know. I don't know. Oh, I guess I hold this and move it down here. It's weird. Whenever I try to move... Okay, that time it worked. Whenever I try to move it, it just... Some places it doesn't want to go, I guess. Okay, I'm kind of learning. I see there's like a box that I can put it in. So I have to put it pretty small. Let's try like this. That way it's like, it's just not like in the way, I guess. If I put it off over to the side like that. I'm curious what you guys think. It's kind of blocking, but what I'm most curious about is if you select it, does it go away? I don't know. I'm actually just going to remove it for now until I kind of learn more about it. Let's just move it off the screen. Okay, there we go. All right, let's focus. Let's actually get a good game in here. See what we can do. Try to put up a decent game here on Donkey Kong. So, like, when barrels are grouped together, it's kind of fun. You can chase them, like, all the way down if you want to. It's beneficial, like, if there's 3 of them together, because every time you jump them, you'll get 500 points. It'll say 800 points, but you actually only get 500. Let's come over here. And wait that one out, and then up we go. And I don't know, I always like to show this. It's kind of fun. Like, sometimes people wonder what happens if you just try to run towards Donkey Kong. Well, there's just like a wall, invisible wall, I guess you would call it, right there, and it just bounces you off the wall. So on to level 1-2. And I got a good feeling about this game. Let's see where it takes us. Go up here, take the path. Ball bounce action right there, and then walk over this way. Let's get this guy. Or not. Okay, I'm kind of concerned because I didn't get any fireballs with that first hammer. So if I can get one of these guys here to come up, come on, no? That would have been good. Still think I'm gonna be okay, but this is not the normal path that I take. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna be all right. I just come down here. I'll go get the gift over here. I think that's the lady's hat, and we'll exit the level. Sometimes you just gotta kind of like ad-lib, just kind of like, you know, even though that was not the normal path that I take, you know, just trying something different depending on the situation. So, all right, here we go. Wait those barrels out. There we go, avoided the wild barrel. Start working to the right. There we go. And just run over here and up the ladder. There we go. So in this game, they refer to her as Lady, and they refer to the hero here as Jumpman. Very early stages. Turn around, wait for that spring, and then up the ladder I go. One thing I always remember, like from the old times, one of the foods that I always liked and they just don't make anymore, that I'm aware of, is the Planters made corn curls, I think is what they were called. And they came in like a canister instead of a bag, like a cylinder type of thing. They made cheese balls, I think, too, but I just always remember the corn curls. Ooh, get this guy. Oh, we got him. Just because that's what my family would get. Let's go up here. Get this, get that. Gonna walk over this way. Now, all the fireballs, if you look, are all trapped on the left. So that path that I took, that's the benefit of doing that, is you got a good chance to trap all the fireballs on the left. And then I just start making my jump here. I can get more points by doing this than I can off of the bonus clock. So I'm going to try to get to hopefully around 30,000 would be a nice number. Let's see what happens here. And when you jump, you got to press over on the joystick, which gives the points. If you just jump up and down, you don't get the points. See, like jumping up and down, no points. Oops, I pressed over. Too early, but it's okay. Let me kind of move this down just a little bit here, maybe. Just so you can kind of see some of the joystick, I guess. Make sure that the screen is still in frame there. How does that look? All right, here we go. I started slightly late, so normally I make a little jump there. But I did not, just because of the late start, so. Now, as we get later in the levels, okay, I gotta get over here. I couldn't run quick enough. I needed to get, those barrels were spaced in a way I was in a bad situation. I don't think I was gonna be able to jump them, so. First guy lost, that's okay. We'll make the best of it. Has to happen at some point. I was trying to steer some of those barrels down the ladder like that, but none of them went. So it's more likely to work on the later levels. On the earlier levels, it's less likely to work. All right, so here we go. Getting barrels. Gonna come over here and kind of hang out for a moment. Thanks for joining today, and happy Thursday. And if you're enjoying this content, make sure to subscribe so we can keep in touch. And I have been going live daily, and the plan is to continue to. We'll see how it goes, but that's the plan. But yeah, make sure to subscribe so you don't lose touch with my channel. And here we go. This is the Pie Factory. That's what I call it. Because those blue tin things look like pies, even though they're not. They're like concrete or something like that. I don't know exactly, but they go into the oil. Sometimes that level is really easy. Other times it is incredibly tough. So sometimes you got to just dance around on that level quite a bit until you get to find an opportunity. Just waiting. That's a good one. There was 2 long ones in a row, so that was still a little bit dangerous. But it's not as dangerous on level 3. It really gets crazy on level 4. So, I was saying earlier, but if you just joined, yeah, like, I don't watch a whole lot of TikTok, but I do a little bit. And there was a while there where I just completely stopped watching it. But recently I've been watching it a little bit. And they have like these, I think they're like AI-made videos of like, do you remember these things from the 80s or 90s or whatever decade they choose? And then it shows kind of like, things that were once there that are no longer. So like, like it might be about snacks. And it would show like the Planters corn curls, like, those were like a snack from when I was a kid that I remember that my family used to get all the time. That I loved, man. I remember those being good. Oop, let's get up here and cross the rivet. But anyways, it's kind of fun because it shows a lot of these old snacks that have been, were there back in whatever, 80s, 90s, 2000s, etc., that are no longer. Another one that I saw recently that jogged my memory, I'd forgotten about it, but it was called Orbits. It was like a drink, and it had like little, like, I don't know if they were like jelly balls or something like that in the drink. For that time, that was a pretty crazy thing. I mean, nowadays you can get like the boba teas and stuff that have the tapioca or popping bubbles, but back then that was a pretty crazy drink, And there was another one too. I can't remember the name now. It's called like Guarana or something like that. It had like a panther on the front. It was like a really crazy looking bottle, but I think it was like a high caffeine type of one, I think. I don't remember. Jolt. I think that was another one. Anyways, it's kind of fun to see all that stuff from back in the time, And Shark Bites. I think a lot of people like those, and those are no longer. So this is going to be one of those levels that I have to dance on because the fireballs are moving about. I didn't mean to get the hammer. That's okay, I'll just smash some of these pies, get some points. See if these fireballs will come down here. I gotta be careful because just like that, see the conveyor belt shifts, and if I'm running the wrong way. Okay, I gotta pay attention to the time clock because this is not good. Oh my gosh, I got all 4 of these guys down here. 4 of the 5. Now I got another. Oh, okay. Hey. They messed up, man. They tried to trap me and they didn't leave anybody up here to guard. Oh, there we go. Got through that level. That was kind of a crazy one. A lot of dancing in that one. Okay, here we go. So level 4 is where it really starts to get tough. This is the level that, as like a new player, I really struggled to get past. Specifically, the level 4, or excuse me, we're already on level 4, but I mean, what's coming up is the level 4 springs. And I really struggled to get past that and learn how to beat that level because it is just tough. Even if you know what to do, it's easier said than done. Because the springs are just moving very fast and they're very close to each other. So everything has to be really precise. Now, with that being said, the more I've played this level, the easier it's become. And it's actually become one of the more consistent levels for me. But the springs are they're moving fast and they're one right after the other. So your timing has to be like spot on. But if you, like I said, the more practice I've got, the better I've become. So I'm waiting here. Should be okay. See, that one still got me. That one got my feet. That's what I get for saying that I'm consistent at that level. Get the, have that happen. Okay, here we go. Still got 2 guys left. I should have been okay on that, I thought, but apparently not. Okay, let's try again. Just waiting. Okay, that one's good. I knew that one was good. But yeah, the last one, you got to watch where the springs bounce over in the area where the gold thing was over there. They bounce in a bunch of different spots. So you have to have 2 springs that bounce where you want them in a row. One needs to bounce kind of far into the gold thing, and then the other one needs to bounce short into the gold thing. But you have to, it all happens very fast. So like I said, even, man. I just like took my eyes off the screen for a second looking at something and just, I didn't turn around in time. My goodness, the guys I've lost on this game have been just kind of like, that was unnecessary. that was just a goof on my part. All right, here we go. See if this, no, I was hoping he would come down, but okay, here we go. Need to wait for a opening here. Those fireballs are kind of moving fast. Wait for one to attack me now. I'll get back here. Got to be careful. Last time I got too close to that edge and fell through it. Thank you for the likes. I see those. I appreciate it. I think those likes help bring new viewers over. So if you are enjoying the live stream, don't forget to like and consider subscribing if you're not already so we can stay connected. All right, guys, level 5. Here we go. So from level 5 forward, all the difficulty is essentially the same. And there are 6 screens per level. Okay, we gotta be careful. That fireball moved up here quick. There are 6 screens per level from here on out. But I'm down to my last guy, which is like a real bummer because I feel like the guys that I have lost have just been like weird little like one-off type things, you know? All right, up the ladder. Hey, we're over 100,000 now at this point. So what are we at? 104,000 even. So, okay, back to the pie factory. So there are 5 fireballs on the pie factory from here forward. And we're just going to race to the top, try to beat the fireballs. Sometimes this level's easy, sometimes it's not. That time it was easy. All right. Let's see what those barrels are gonna do. So I think I'm gonna miss this blue. Oh, we should get one more blue before the hammer's out. I'm just gonna go over here. I went down that one, darn it. That's okay though. We're just trying to be safe because this is the last guy of this game, so. 120,700. I'll take it. Here we go. So like I said, this level should be consistent for me, but since I started playing again, I have had some issues, so I need to work those out and get... had to retreat there. Okay, that one should be... Sometimes there's a problem, though, too. If there's one that's too far and then one that's too short, the short one can end up getting you, like, on the up bounce. So I've had that happen. So there's all sorts of kind of intricacy to the spring levels on 4 and forward. There we go. Okay, wait for an opportunity here. There it is. Away. If you guys are just joining, for those of you that might be just joining, I'm playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. When I got this one, it was kind of gross. It worked, but it was kind of gross. I cleaned it up, fixed some stuff, replaced some stuff, got parts for it where it was missing parts, and just kind of got it back to some type of respectable condition. And I'm definitely happy with it. I actually have 2 Donkey Kongs, but this is the one I usually play. But I might play the other one for fun. I recently, just a few days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, I had to move the Donkey... Uh-oh. I knew. Whoa! He scaled down both ladders very fast. Bummer. All right, what do we got here? I'm going to play one more game. This next game is going to be my last game of this live. So let's try to make this a good one. That was okay. That wasn't great, but it was okay. But as I was saying, I have 2 Donkey Kongs, and I had to move them away from the wall the other day to do some work. Like this one, I had to fix the screen because it was slightly off to the right. And so the problem was I couldn't see, specifically on the Pi Factory, I couldn't see the far right side of the screen, which made it an issue because when the pies would come out, I just wouldn't see them in time, and I wouldn't have enough time to react. So that would get me every once in a while. So I fixed that on this one, and then the other one, the flyback was like turned up really high, and it was almost like the picture was like glowing, kind of had a glowing effect to it. So anyways, fixed that, and got them put back in. But now the other one's looking better, so I might actually play that. Before I just didn't play it because it was always like, the picture was like very saturated looking. Okay, backwards jump. Let's just focus on this game. What I'm going to do on this game is I'm going to solely focus on speed. I'm not going to focus on, which may be an issue. I should have got that hammer. I was trying to like, okay, I'll focus on speed instead of getting points, but now I'm seeing that these fireballs, I needed to take a few of them out before I did that. But I want to go distance, you know, because the points will come with distance. So I want to try to get further into the game. So I probably won't do that next time. I probably won't just skip the hammers just because, but... Okay, back to the barrels, level 2. Let's wait for the blue to get a little closer. There we go. 800 off that one. Very nice. My long-term goal on this game is to get to the final screen, and I really hope, I'm sure if I do get there, it's going to be on a live stream, because I don't really play the game unless I'm streaming. So that's the long-term goal. Run over here, turn around, and up we go. Alright, this time let's get the hammer. Try to at least take out a couple of these fireballs. Nope. Got one was all. Okay. Uh-oh. He just kind of came down to hang out, I guess. Ah. Darn. One guy down. We still got 3 left, though. But it's too early to be losing a guy. There we go. That was a pretty good hammer. Got a lot of those fireballs. Okay, let's just go up here. I'm not going to mess around too much. I'll just exit out of the level and on to level 3. Thanks for joining. If you're just joining, consider subscribing if you're not already so we can stay connected. I'm playing Donkey Kong on an original Nintendo Donkey Kong arcade. This game was made back in 1981. Has some years to its name. So they probably made the cabinets for a few years, you know, after that. I don't know how long specifically. So there's no way to know for sure when this game was made, but in the early 1980s. So I mean, it's got like 40 plus years on it. It's amazing that it still works. I just don't think they were ever really designed, you know, to last as long as they have. So it's amazing that some of these arcade games are still around and still in decent shape, you know. Because every time these things are really heavy, so like every time you move one around, there's always a chance like something happens, you know, it gets scratched or hurt, or, you know, the corner gets dinged or something, you know. All right, Pie Factory. Okay. There we go. I just kind of rode the conveyor belt to the ladder. Ah! Go up. Oh, no. No, no, no. Ah. I got stuck on the ladder. Not much I could do there. All right. Let's make this one a better one. I'm down to 2 guys. The games have not been stellar today. There we go. All right, to the springs. Just waiting here. There we go. Ah, that barrel went down that ladder just as I made the jump, which made it not achievable to get over it. So that first jump there, that's just like a timing thing, so I can jump that one at full speed. All right, up the ladder we go. High factory level 4. There they are. So I stay on that side until all 4 of the fireballs spawn out. That way they all spawn out on the left side. Oop, get up here. Go, 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 go. Because if I move to the right side, then they'll spawn, they spawn on whatever, on this level, they spawn on whatever side you're on. So I'll let them all spawn out before I move to the right side. That way they're just all on the same side. Generally a little easier to deal with that way. The wild barrel. Oh! I didn't know I was going to skip like that. Darn. Guys, thank you so much for joining. I think that's going to be it for this live session. Please subscribe if you're not already so we can stay connected. I am going to go live later tonight. That's my normal time. I just wanted to jump on during the daytime just to kind of see how it was. But my normal time to go live is around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So make sure to check me out tonight if you do like this type of content and join the live. I appreciate the likes. Thank you so much. And please subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, hope to see you guys tonight. Have a good day.